Alright boys, we are almost at 10,000 subscribers, so if you're new here, lather that subscribe button with your love. No! You guys are disgusting. Hit that subscribe button if you love Mustangs, motorcycles, and man tech, blended with me making an absolute fool of myself, all in the name of the chuckles, of course. 10,000 is just the first step, people. After that, 10,001. And then I'm done. Please, no more subscribers after that. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. Hit that subscribe button right now. Right now! You know downright! Ford's coolest CEO since Henry Ford tweeted, excited to confirm that we'll unveil the all-new 7th generation Ford Mustang September 14th at the Detroit Auto Show. It's a stunning car and I'm excited to share it with the world. Hashtag save the manuals. Great job, Jim. I cannot wait to finally see the official release of the S650 just several weeks away. Commenting on breaking news from carscoops.com, great site, check them out, link below. The video accompanying Jim's tweet reveals two things we already knew, but are happy to see continuing use on the 7th generation Mustang. The first of those is that a V8 will still be offered, which we can hear as the video's background noise. The second is a manual transmission, which can be seen as the letter O in the 7th generation graphics in the video, as well as the aforementioned hashtag. We've all seen the S650 spy photos, but the design is still heavily under wraps. What we do know is that the styling will almost certainly be edgier and more modern, serving more as an evolution of the current design rather than a radical departure. From the small glimpse we got at it, the interior appears to be going more modern as well as more upscale, with a large digital gauge cluster that transitions into an all-new infotainment system, as well as a more premium trim and switchgear. Boys, you know we'll be on top of this when it drops, so keep it locked into Rated R Cars. In other news, have you heard the good news? Introducing the 2022 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500H, the latest collaboration between Shelby and Hertz, and fellas, this one's gonna rip. Commenting on an article from Car and Driver, in 1966, Hertz teamed up with Shelby America to form the Rent-A-Racer program. The cars were popular with the racing crowd. Some even liberated their hopped-up V8s and swapped in lesser units before returning the rentals. Those naughty rascals. Amazingly, Hertz again teamed up with Shelby in 2006 and 2016, but nothing quite as wicked as the Shelby GT500H has ever been conceived. Until now. Any Gen Zer with a driver's license will have full access to 950 horsepower and 635 pound-feet of torque on tap. I mean, seriously, what could go wrong? The 760 horsepower Mustang Shelby GT500 is no slouch in its production form, but the GT500H goes even further. To create the GT500H, which is essentially a Shelby GT500KR, Shelby America replaces the 2.7-liter supercharger with a massive 3.8-liter unit sourced from Whipple that's fed through a throttle body large enough to be mistaken for a black hole. The larger displacement blower is spun slower and said to be more efficient, and it leaves the door open for later horsepower gains. Because, you know, 950 is certainly not enough. It's never enough. 25 of these beautiful beasts will be made, and I'm looking forward to being able to choose from 25 different salvage titles within an hour after they become available to rent. In other news, Shelby Corvette Z06 customers are offered $5,000 in rewards, wait for it, if they just keep their car. To get it, there's only one rule. Don't sell your new Corvette for 12 months. So wait, you're gonna give me $5,000 just to keep my Z06 for at least 12 months? What's the catch? That sounds like a win-win for people who actually want a Z06, and I'll take it. Those are rewards points and technically not cash, but they can be redeemed for payments, accessories, parts, service, and OnStar, so they are basically cash. Well, that's cool and all. Car flippers, you know, the guys who snap up the cars quickly and then sell them for a hefty profit, the flippers that stand to make potentially tens of thousands or more dollars realistically aren't gonna be deterred by some free services at a dealership. But instead, this will likely only be an added bonus for customers who already plan on keeping the car, and I'm okay with that. It's a nice gesture from GM. It shows they're lifting a finger to combat flippers, but unfortunately not the right finger. They should threaten legal action similar to Ford with their highly coveted GTs. At the moment, it's unclear how many customers will be able to take advantage of this program. We also don't know how long it might last. The email from GM starts with "for a limited time," so it's possible only first-year customers can get the rewards points. After that, flippers may not be as much of a problem anyway. It's good to see GM doing something about the flippers. Now hopefully the dealers don't act like flippers and flip us the bird with flipper-like markups. Hey, a man can dream, even if it is a fantasy. Anyway, if you missed my Z06 versus GT500 versus GT350 buyers video, it will be at the end of this video, and I highly recommend checking it out. A heart-wrenching story right here. A Honda SUV in Southeast Michigan smashed into a highly modified McLaren 570S while making a Michigan left in early July. Thanks to the wonders of modern in-car cameras, we're able to watch how the accident unfolded. COVID. The owner of a Rivian R1T, lucky guy, was parked on Woodward just ahead of this particular Michigan left, which allowed the truck's camera system to capture the whole incident, as you can see here. And let's see that again in slow-mo in case there's any doubt. Though the Honda driver is likely at fault for the accident in the eyes of the law, and also in my eyes I might add, gotta watch where you're pointing your 5,000-pound missile, people. Michigan's no-fault insurance rules mean the McLaren driver won't necessarily have an easy time of things as far as repairs are concerned, not to mention whatever his deductible is. So if you're gonna tear up the roads with a Hertz GT500H, people, rent it in Michigan. Anyway, additionally, the video description says the supercar driver had just installed a host of new parts on the car the same day as the accident. These include a Stage 3 engine tune good for over 850 horsepower, as well as a suite of new carbon accessories, which I am sure the insurance are not going to want to cover. So take this crash as a reminder, people, to always scan ahead when you approach an intersection, as even when you have the right, you might not have the lane. In other sad news, Bloomberg reports Ford CEO Jim Farley says the automaker, and I quote, absolutely has too many people. On a call with analysts discussing Ford's strong second quarter earnings, Farley made it clear Wednesday that job cuts are coming. Bloomberg News reported earlier that the company is planning to slash as many as 8,000 salaried positions. Wow, that's unfortunate, especially since they just had strong second quarter earnings. Farley is seeking $3 billion in cost cuts, primarily from the newly named Ford Blue unit, responsible for producing all the cool cars. I mean the traditional internal combustion engine vehicles such as the Bronco sport utility vehicle. Well, that sucks. The automaker plans to spend $50 billion in the coming years so Ford can pump out 2 million electric vehicles per year by 2026. Farley has said he intends to fund an EV expansion by transforming Ford Blue into, and I quote, the profit and cash engine for the entire enterprise. Don't forget to say a prayer for those 8,000 people and their families to quickly find an even better, happier, higher paying job. Despite this sad, bad news, we know the V8 Mustangs and ICE engines in general are here to stay. And here's a video on my channel explaining why. Why not have a look? And always remember the motto, always be kinder than necessary. I'll see you in the next one.